Okay. Well, welcome to our second coaching chat Zoom. And as you guys know, we're going to focus on ACTS, which is just accountability, coaching, tracking, and support. And so if you're on here and you've not submitted the ACTS document where you literally evaluate yourself for last week, how you did, how much activity, the quality of that activity, then I'm going to tell you, just while we're talking, go ahead, fill it out and send it to your accountability person, whether that is your direct upline, your NMD, or maybe you've got a buddy that you hold each other accountable. But the A in ACTS is accountability. So we are going to make sure, if you've submitted your form, raise your hand. So I know that you've done that. Okay, awesome. All right, so if not, I need you to do it now because that is key. And we've got a little time. I'm excited. Hey, Sandy. I'm excited that what we're going to talk about. I have the document half finished, but I'm calling on you guys to help me finish it. Then I'm going to make it in a pretty format and send it out to everyone. So be prepared to contribute. Tracking, let me say a show of hands, and I'm going to ask everyone who's holding someone accountable, and I'm holding myself accountable. Me, Linda, and Brenda are holding each other accountable to this, that you're tracking, you have some way that you are tracking your progress week in and week out. If you guys were on the planning call last night, I talked about the feedback loop, which means we make a plan, we do the plan, we review the plan, we adjust the plan. And that's part of what these Monday calls are all about, is making sure we've got a plan for our week, making sure we actually do it, hit all those hot hands names, then review how did we do, which is what this ACTS document is for, is to review how well we did. Because the ones that got submitted to me and my own personal one, I'm telling you, what it did is it's an eye-opener. Do you agree?
Wow, yeah.
It was an eye-opener for me because I probably worked a good 30 hours last week and I only hit 7 of my 10 names on my hot hands list.
That's exactly what I had.
And you guys, I am going to drive this home constantly. And I'm saying this to myself, and I want you to know I'm not asking anyone to do anything I'm not asking myself to do. And that is to make those customer connections, make those distributor connections, and make those hot hand connections, and add to your memory jogger every single week. And I may adjust these questions a little bit, but if we really want to make progress, we're going to have to plan it, do it, track it, and review it and make an adjustment. And I don't know about you, but if you're on this call, I'm here to say you're pretty committed. And if we're committed, we don't want to just go through the actions. We want to get results. And so it takes the action to get the results, but we got to make sure we're truly doing those income earning activities. I mean, I listened this morning, I know I wear you guys out on these podcasts, but this guy was talking about he's $1 million a year earner, and he gave his early morning success ritual. And I'm telling you what, every day he does follow-up. So every day he starts at 6:30 in the morning, and he is adamant about making those connections with his team, with his prospects, with his upline to hold himself. Even $1 million earner, he still connects with his upline to hold him accountable. That spoke volumes to me. And then he said before he gets home at 10:30, he's got his follow-up already done. And another thing he talked about that just blew me away, he said he does a call with 300 to 400 people every morning for 10 minutes. And he said what it is, it's his lightning round call where he just gets people fired up about going into the day and making things happen. And you guys, if we are doing these daily rituals of what we're talking about, we're holding ourselves accountable. We need to be dang excited about. We need to feel pretty pumped about who we are and the people we're becoming, the business we're building. And the more pumped we get, the more attracted people are going to be to us. I mean, if I get on the call and I'm like, hey, how was y'all's week? How'd y'all do? Is anybody excited? But if I get on and say, okay, who had an A week? Raise your hand. You know, what a difference. You guys, we have something to be excited about. We have at our fingertips a business that we can make $1 million a year if we wanted to. Now, am I prepared to make $1 million yet? I've not grown to the point that I can handle that. But I want to tell you before I die, that's one of my goals. I want to make $1 million in a year. What do I have to buy with it? I don't know. It isn't about buying anything. It's about setting a goal. I mean, if we got these people in these other companies, you know, they don't have a product that can hold a candle to the product that we have. So why not go for it, you guys? Let's go all out and let's do what we need to do. Hold ourselves accountable, coach each other, encourage each other, track our progress, and show support. And let's make things happen. Okay. All right. Are you fired up? I got myself fired up, even if I didn't get you guys fired up. I'm ready to make about 20 calls. Okay. So here's one of the things, and Linda, would you type in the notes? You just told me someone that wanted to, someone wanted to talk about. I forget what that was. If you'll type in the notes, if I can't hear you. Anyway, you'll type that in the notes. Okay, so if you have something to share, which I hope you do, unmute yourself. Here's what we're talking about, and I don't know who it was that, you know what, let me switch us to gallery view or speaker view. There we go. Okay, so can everybody see this document? Okay, let me make this a little smaller so that it doesn't, okay. So what I've done here is, with the help of Brenda, and now I'm calling on the help of all you, what I would love to do is to have this print out, and I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. Well, it's not letting me. What these are questions and statements. That was one of the things that I had somebody say was, hey, can you give us some questions, some statements as we're out and about talking to people? And so what I did was break it up into 5 categories. And we can add to these categories. My goal is to have 10 questions or statements in each category so that as you are having these conversations, starting these conversations, you've got good verbiage to fall back on. So I'm going to challenge you guys to print this off when we finish filling it out. Keep it in a sleeve, right in your working notebook, so you can always refer to it. So let's jump in and take a look at this real quick. Conversation starters. You know, sometimes we just need a few little statements, a few little questions to get the ball rolling when we're seeing people and talking to people. So first of all, that first one, wow, you seem very health conscious. Have you always been that way? Now, when would you use that? Maybe when you're at a grocery store and you see somebody's buggy full of fruits and vegetables. I don't know how many of you guys know Catherine Lee and Deanna Christofferson, both of which are 100 Club members plus. They met each other in the grocery store in the produce section. So that comment, that question, that statement, you know, I don't know what question Catherine Lee asked Deanna Christofferson, but we never know who we're meeting, and what just one little question, one little statement we say, that person could turn into your next national marketing director. So there's you something. The next one, has your doctor not told you about Juice Plus? I've used this one. I remember specifically being on a treadmill and the guy next to me was coughing his head off. And I remember looking at him. I thought the guy was going to die. And I literally said to him, oh my gosh, has your doctor not told you about Juice Plus? And what it was just a conversational starter. Another one, what sorts of things do you do to stay healthy? You know, people are so much more educated these days. Everybody is looking for a way to stay healthy. And so simply asking that question, now you could get like a deer in the headlights, or you could get really into a good conversation with somebody. But it's having these type of questions rolling around in your head that when the opportunity arises, and maybe give yourself a challenge. Okay, today I'm going to a coffee shop and I am going to get into 3 conversations with people. You never know who you're going to meet and who's going to be the next person to become your customer or join your team. Here's another one. What are your biggest obstacles preventing you from reaching your health goals? I wouldn't be, if somebody asked me that question, I would never be offended by that. I would be like, oh my gosh, I'm glad you asked. So let me throw this out to everybody. Somebody give me, I have 8. Let's get 10. Someone give me, I need 3 more. Someone give me a good conversation starter that you use. Okay, come on now, you guys, we're wasting time.
What about something that I say a lot at the gym, especially when I don't know if we've already have it on there. If it's somebody that's been coming to the gym pretty regularly that I didn't know, and just, I'm so impressed with your commitment. What are you doing to fill in the gaps nutritionally?
Ooh, I like it. Okay, would you type that in the notes section? All right, who else? All right, I think that's a great one.
Okay, I like to ask people, because young moms, they all struggle if they don't have the children on Juice Plus with their kids. If they say, oh, my kid eats vegetables, but they eat broccoli only. So I say, do you find it hard to get your kids to eat such a variety of fruits and vegetables? Do you find it hard? Do you struggle with that problem?
And see, did y'all hear Linda's voice? Did that not draw you in? That didn't sound judging. That didn't sound salesy. What did you get from her voice? What I heard was I heard a lot of care and concern. Y'all agree with me?
Yeah.
And so these statements, it's emotion, whether it's kindness coming out and concern, whether it's excitement, you know, you're going to alter it. This stuff is so much, our business is so tied to our EQ, our emotional intelligence, about really zooming in on where somebody is and picking up on what is it that's going to connect with them, not intelligently per se, but from a heart standpoint. That's where people make decisions, is when you connect with their heart, like Linda just did, which was so just feeling. You felt her concern, her care, her love, or if somebody's excited or appreciation, like what Brenda just shared. Okay, anything else in that conversation starter? If you guys will just type those in the notes or email me or text me so that I can capture them on this document. Anybody else? What's a good conversation starter? Okay, Miracle. Oh, go ahead. Who just started to talk?
Oh, it was Erin. Sorry. I was just moving, so I stopped my video. I'll just often say, like, yeah, how are you getting fruits and veggies in your kids? So it's piggyback, similar to what Linda says. How are you doing what? Sometimes I struggle.
Sometimes people, they will do something for their kids they won't do for themselves. that's what drew me into Juice Plus. Never thought about that I needed more fruits and vegetables till I had kids and looked at them thinking they're just barely going to survive or thrive based on what I feed them. And all of a sudden, you know, my antennas were up. I was ready to learn and I was open. So
And I think often they'll do for their kids or grandkids what they wouldn't think necessarily to do for themselves. And that's the beauty of the children's health study or the family health study.
All right, let me see what time it is. Oh, okay. I'm going to stop this recording because we want to keep it short. We will post this on Team Extreme Facebook page so you can grab it. But if you guys, what I want you guys to do is this week, I want you to practice. Oh, and I forgot to ask. Okay, I forgot to ask somebody to interview. How many of you guys interviewed somebody else? Let me see your hands. All right. One person can introduce themselves. Let me see the hands again. Who did their homework? All right. Let's see. Okay. Allison, did you interview someone or did someone interview you?
2 people interviewed me and I interviewed both of them.
Okay. So introduce yourself. We're going to have you introduce yourself as one of them.
Okay, so my name is Miracle Golden. I'm 26 and I am a student and I'm majoring in marketing, but I'm actually changing my major because I'd like to go to law school. And actually, I heard about Juice Plus through my mom. She had gone to a Winter Expo event where she met Elaine and then came home and told me about it. And I had been eating vegetarian, but had been told by the doctor that I was vitamin deficient. So that was sort of discouraging. I got started on Juice Plus first as a customer. And then the business made sense to me because being a student, I thought this sounded like a good thing I could actually do to work around my studies and my school schedule. So right now I have 2 distributors, and what's amazing is I have built my current business mainly by cold prospecting. And so my mom is great about bringing me leads. And when I talk to people, I just say, I would love to invite you on this health journey that I'm on. Have you ever heard of Juice Plus? So I have a little flyer. I have a stamp that has my name and my email and my website and phone number. And I love just handing out that 1-page flyer to people. And so it's been a fun journey so far.
I love it. And I love you chose Miracle because what I know about Miracle is I'm going to have her do a training on cold calling for us. The girl is unbelievable. Her and her mom are unbelievable. So we're going to have her pitch in. I'm going to stop the recording.